What's up guys, and welcome to this slightly different video. You guys have been asking for the Mecha deck list that has been topping locals recently. So I have Liam with me who piloted the deck. Do you want to say hi?
Hello.
So yeah, Liam's going to go over his deck, and also we're going to chat afterwards about his locals in Nottingham as well. So yeah, let's get into the deck profile first.
So the deck profile is obviously Mecha Frieza, which utilizes extra cards to you play them for free. I run 4 Cold Bloodlusts, 4 Flying Nimbus, and 3 Crusher Balls. I basically fire them off whenever I can to try and awaken myself, let people hit me occasionally. But what you'd tend to do is you'd hopefully on turn 1 play a youthful bomber, so you can draw a card, and then past that point, you just master Roshi them, you bloodlust them, you crushable them, you nimbus them.
You just
you
stop
just
them
don't
from playing.
you just don't let them have any fun, really. And if they do play anything that is powerful, a lot of the time once you get down to about 4 life and you've awakened, you can just Shugesh and explosive Goku it. But the main reason why I chose Mecha Frieza, because I tried a few leaders with the deck, but Mecha Frieza works beautifully because unfortunately I tap out, and I tap out a lot, so I have to use the extras to keep me alive. So obviously on turn 4, I play Overpowering King Cold, which reduces the energy cost of all Frieza clan, whose original energy cost was 5 or more by 2. So if you do have 2 Overpowering King Colds down and you've got a 7 drop, it does decrease the cost by 4. So the packages I've got to abuse the Overpowering King Cold is Cold Hearted Strike Freezer, which I can discard a Master Roshi if I've got one in hand, or another Strike Freezer, to switch 2 of their cards down and tap them for tap it for a turn, which is actually pretty good if I do need to slow the game down because I'm missing my Emperor of Universe 7. But once you get Overpowering King Cold down, the main idea is you can Cold Hearted Strike Freezer, you can Full Power Freezer, you can Cooler Blood of the Tyrant Clan, because he's my non-Freezer Freezer, and you can Freezer Emperor of Universe 7. The most powerful interaction, I think, in the deck is if you go to turn 4, you play Overpowering King Cold. Then it goes to their turn. You're on turn 4. They're going to try and hit you for as much as what they can. So at that point, hopefully you've got the Flying Nimbus in your hand. You fly Nimbus and discard the Freezer Emperor of Universe 7. So then they can't kill you that turn, really, because they can only attack with one more thing. Then you go to turn 5. And hopefully, on your previous turn, you have Master Roshin, you've played a Bulma maybe, or you could have done the Shugesh Son Goku combo and you've got an explosive Goku now. So then you play Cooler Blood of the Tyrant Clan, and you do its active, which is you remove one of your battle cards from the game, and then you fetch one of your freezers from your graveyard and you play it for free. Ideally, you've got your Emperor of Universe 7. So that means on 5, you've got your Overpowering King Cold. Doesn't do a lot, but it's still 20k for 4. You've got your Cooler, which is a double strike in 30k. And you've also got your 7-drop Freezer that you just cast for free from your graveyard, which is a triple strike 30k that whenever they cast anything, really, they don't get to do what they want unless they pay the cost. And that basically is how a lot of the game's down. If you get 2 freezers down, I don't think I've lost a game where I've got 2 emperors down. I can have one in my hand, and all I basically do is just combo it away, and then just play cooler, and then have 2 of them out, and then you've still got all of your energy up. Some people have the impression, which I do bathe in the hilarity of when people do something like, oh, I'm gonna kill your Freezer Emperor of Universe 7. And I'll be like, how are you going to do that? And then they'll play one of their creatures, do the auto, and then I'll say, okay, do you want to do the auto? And they'll say, yes, I'll pay the life. And after they paid the life, you then Cold Bloodlust, the thing they just try to activate the auto of, and they've lost 1 life and don't get to do what they want.
Nice.
Then you attack them with Frieza, and hopefully you win. And statistically, it goes pretty well. I think I've joined first twice and then came second playing this in 3 weeks.
You playing this tomorrow as well?
I want to, but unfortunately, a lot of the cards that are in the deck are currently in my tester deck that I'm playing in the October event.
Okay. Yeah, more on that later.
I might be able to. No, I just mean that's why I can't play it tomorrow. Don't know what I'm going to play tomorrow. I don't know. I don't have a clue.
Sure, you'll think of something.
Yeah, sometimes I just pull the. I just open my bag. I've got like 8 decks in there, so a lot of the time I just Rambo one if I can't really think of what to play.
So yeah, I mean, you don't let your opponent play early game, and your win con is not letting them play either. So
yeah, pretty
friendly deck.
Yeah, well, I mean, everyone a lot of the people I play against, they wouldn't describe it as friendly at all. They hate it. Some people, they get so angry, They'll be on 2 life. They're like, "Come on, I've got 2 turns to try and deal with this Emperor Frieza." The second one goes down, they can't even do anything. They just lose the game. But some people will still hang on to dear life.
So yeah, what are the specific matchups like? More relevant ones.
So the one I don't like playing against is Cell. That's the. I think Cell's beaten me twice, and I think it's when I've been playing the deck at events. It's the only one that really is troublesome. I didn't think it would be. Like when I built the deck, I didn't really take into account Cell, but it seems to be my arch nemesis.
Well, I mean, yeah, usually Cell loses to Bloodlust decks, but I guess you don't have the early swarm ability in this.
Yeah, I mean, you would think I would also go with that assumption. So the plan basically is I did misplay a little bit. So when I was playing against Cell, I was like, I've got the Cold Bloodlust. I just need to survive to get it. So they Cell changed me, and I think what happened was I was like, okay. So I discarded all of my big cards and kept the cooler, and was like, yeah, I don't care what you've just done this to me. I think I got a little bit like cocky because I was like, okay, I'll just play this cooler, and I've got like 2 Emperor Universe 7s and a full power freezer in my graveyard. I was a little bit like, haha. Yeah, but I let that happen. And on the same turn, because I think I had King Cold down at that point, so my whole plan evolved around on the next turn playing cooler.
Yeah.
But they had the I can't remember what it's called now. The dude where you can kill something, but you need to get rid of 2 life. One goes into your hand and in your graveyard.
TN.
TN, yeah. Yeah, so they had TN, and in my head I was like, okay, I'll keep the Cold Bloodlust because if they try and kill my King Cold, I'll stop it. But TN was already down.
Oh, right.
I just didn't look at it. So then he went TN, activate his ability, and I just kind of looked at it and was like, oh no. Completely done this incorrectly. And then after that point, I think I was a little bit on tilt. And then I lost that. But every other matchup, I haven't really struggled against anything that badly. What's the trying to think of the is it the hit? The 4 cost hit?
Foreseeing hit, yeah.
Yeah, foreseeing hit. That card causes me some problems because if they're on the play and they rip overpowering King Cold out of my hand on their turn 4 and it's my turn 3, and I don't have a Cold Bloodlust, it sets me back sets me back too far to win. Because the biggest weakness in the deck is if someone does get rid of my overpowering King Cold and I can't bloodlust the auto that's trying to kill it. My deck's too slow past that point.
Yeah. And you
Because
probably
then-
use your Roshis and
Yeah, because basically I'm trying to play 7 drops on turn 5. So you don't normally get to turn 7. So if someone can handle overpowering King Cold, then the deck does fall over a little bit. I have won games where I got to like late turns, but that's just because the deck I was playing against either weren't like completely meta or they was playing like a slow kind of Beerus control deck, which Beerus doesn't really touch the deck.
oh yeah,
So,
yeah, nice.
So that didn't really bother me that much.
I mean, yeah, I mean, Beerus will get you to turn 7.
Yeah. So if I do manage to actually, if any of the games I did play overpowering King Cold and they still went to turn 7, then just throwing down Frieza for 7 is normally pretty good. And that's pretty much it. Is there anything else you really?
No, I think. Would you make any changes to it? I don't really see anything that you could change.
I mean, the changes would be what comes out in the next set. I mean,
Yeah.
I played it a lot the way it is. Like the Trunks power overseeing time, actually, that is pretty much only in the deck if somebody does kill my overpowering King Cold and I don't have another one in hand. And then I'll just Trunks it back to hand.
Yeah, you think Trunks is better than Fu in this deck?
Yeah, like Fu draws me 2 cards, but normally when I'm searching for a card, I'm just looking for a specific card,
Yeah.
which normally I can just pull out my graveyard.
Yeah, fair enough.
I have tried Fu in the past, but if you're drawing the cards, I'd rather just get one of the ones that I know I need. Like drawing another Roshi and a Bulma is okay, but by the time that I've Trunksing, it's normally turn 5, and I just need Wincons at that point.
Sure.
Drawing like another 2 Crushables is just going to delay the inevitable that I'll just lose.
Yeah.
I think.
No, it makes sense. Definitely makes sense.
It's all about those, just the end game. So if any of them are in the graveyard, I'll crawl over anything to try and get them back. I mean, the worst thing you can do is have an overpowering King Cold and just have extras in your hand. That's it's not where you want. Not where you want to be.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think that covers everything. If you guys do have any questions for Liam, then drop them in the comments, and I'm sure he'll be more than happy to answer.
Yeah. Of course.
So, yeah, moving on to your locals, a Dice Cup in Nottingham. So,
yes.
Yeah, this is usually one of the largest locals that we get every week on the report. So, yeah,
It's a pretty big group. Pretty big.
You're the main TO for it?
Yes. It wasn't completely by choice. It was we needed to get the group going somehow, and I was the one who took the reins on doing it. Really.
So you don't work for the Dice Cup?
No. I don't work for the Dice Cup. The original how it all came about was I've been playing MTG Magic for about 9 years now, and 2 of my friends was they heard there was a new Dragon Ball game coming out. I think it's because they was watching the latest series, which is Super, imagine. Yeah, and because I play card games, they asked me if I wanted to play it. We gave it a little spin. Went to a store, picked up a booster box because apparently that's how you start playing. You just buy random boosters and slam cards together. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, don't get singles. It might be in the box.
Yeah, that's what we did. We didn't even get the starter decks. I think we just played like 30 card mini decks and just kind of got leaders and played them against each other. And I thought it was really fun. So I went to the Dice Cup, which is my local that I play Magic in, and said, "Do you fancy supporting Dragon Ball?" They didn't know what it was. I didn't really know what it was, but all I knew is that I wanted to play it. They originally said no because it was like a small game and no one had mentioned it before. So someone walking up to them and just going, "Get this game," didn't really work. So I said to them, "Please, just try it. Get a couple of boxes in, get some starter decks in, and if anything, if it does all go wrong and none of it sells, then me and my two friends, because there was only three of us to begin with, I'll be honest, will buy it off you at the same cost. So you're not really losing anything. You just need to take the jump to get the initial stock in." I convinced them a while. I think it took like a month and a half to actually get the ball rolling on it. But when we did, we sold out of all of the well, I say they sold out of all of the boxes and starter decks the same week that they got it all,
Wow.
which surprised them. I think they got 4 boxes and 12 of the starter decks, and they sold out in a week. I don't know where all that I'll be honest, when that happened, I don't know where all the people crawled out from, but apparently everyone wanted to play it.
Yeah. Where are
I'm
they
sure
now?
it's still here. A lot of them are still here. I think there's probably about, from the original people that played, like the original 8 people, I think there's seven or six of them still stay. One of them still plays occasionally, but now is moved down south, and the scene in his actual local area, I don't think it exists. So whenever he does want to play, he normally has to drive up to Nottingham
Wow.
to come play. But he plays like once a month.
Yeah, I mean the scene in London isn't that great at the moment, and I know there are other cities up north as well. Liverpool, I heard today, wasn't doing too great either. So it's always really encouraging to see you guys have what, like 18 to 20 every week.
Yeah, like I think it's been a solid 2 months since we've been below 16. Like I can't remember the last time we was below 60. Probably we used to get between 12 and 14 before Crossworlds came out.
Mm.
And then after Crossworlds, we've had probably like a solid 16. We did have a 22, or I think it was either 22 or 23 event. And I
I think
think
it was
that was,
23. Yeah.
yeah, I think that was because some of the Derby people came down because there was practicing for an event. They came from nowhere and pushed the numbers past what we've previously had. We have hit 20 by ourselves. But obviously, there's people that don't come every week, and you come once in a while. And if there is an overlap with the people that occasionally turn up, we can spike high numbers. But when the Derby people came, we ended up getting 22 or 23 people, which is, as someone who before playing this never TO'd anything, that was some big numbers. It kind of made me crawl into the corner a little bit. I enjoyed it, but when I remember thinking on that night, like, I never thought I'd get 8 people, and now there's 22 people here.
Yeah, that's really great. How do you get new players in? Because I know, in London we struggle to get new players in.
I mean, originally we did because I tried to get people in. I had to, because the store wanted to know what the game was about. They needed to see that it could have been popular. So I positioned myself and whoever it was who was playing. We would sit near the front door. So when as people came into the store, because it's a cafe, it sells board games, it does other card games, it does a wide variety of things. So when I was sitting next to the front door with my friends, people would see, oh, they're Dragon Ball cards. Goku and Bulma and Yamcha. He's only got one card, but for some reason
Yeah.
he popped into my head. But a lot of people think he's quite memey. So if they see him, they'll be like, "Oh, look at him." And that got people interested because I think Super was currently still going on. So
Yeah,
people was
yeah.
watching it at home, then they'd come into the store to do whatever it is they was want to do. Could have been D&D, but then they'd see this Dragon Ball game, and they'd come over and ask what it was, and be like, "Do you want to try it?" One of the interesting things that I did, it worked a lot at the beginning, but I don't think it works that much now because it's kind of a bit of a lie, which is I get the blue starter deck, and then I built the app? There's a Dragon Ball app that you can
Yeah,
teach
the one
yourself
from
how to
Bandai.
play. Yeah, the actual Bandai one. So I actually got the deck list from the Frieza deck and built that. So if anyone was interested, because at the time there was no the starter deck / tester deck things that they give out that come in the bags, they didn't exist for the UK market anyway. So I built the Freezer deck that was on the app, and then used the blue starter deck, and I teach people how to play using them.
Yeah, and then they
Because
could
there's
go
kind
home
of,
and use the app and play as well.
yeah, then they could go home and teach themselves the actual way the game works. Like I must have promoted that little demo app to so many people. And yeah, a lot of the people always did come back. The retention's pretty good. So if I ever taught anyone how to play or gave them the star decks, which eventually we did get, probably a good like 70 to 80% of the people did come back and play.
Wow, that's really good.
And a lot of them do stay,
Nice, nice.
which is good.
So yeah, would you have any advice for struggling hubs around the country?
Um, I'd say work together, because I think in London there's quite a few small stores, but they're all getting
Yeah,
low numbers, aren't they?
yeah,
I
yeah.
think. Like if all of them say that someone there's a lot of small stores, and I think if someone like yourself or anyone who watches this knows that there's a few stores, create like your own hub. Be the TO of all the stores, and then you can get all the groups together and create one banner for all of them. Because I imagine on an external level, a lot of the stores might not like care because it's a small game and you ain't got the numbers, but that's not really the heart. Like I'm not part of the store. I do it of my own free will. I don't get paid for doing it. I do it because I enjoy playing the game. So I don't know if down south maybe that's not like you need someone with the willingness to commit to making the group. Because if me and my two friends would never have done it, the Dice Cup as a Dragon Ball group wouldn't exist. So I think you just need someone to you need I wouldn't say leaders, but people who will ask people like, "Oh, shall we all get together on Tuesday? Shall we all get together on Saturday?" Because we used to play just one day, which was Tuesday. But on our Facebook group, there's several people who just they'll put the banner up and say like, "Oh, who wants to go on Thursday?" And like 8 to 10 people will turn up just to go play casually, not even for events. And that's just because people ask. If there's like, I think you yourself have created a Dragon Ball group
Yeah, I've just done a
for
Facebook group for London. So if you're in
yeah,
London, yeah, or around London, then join that.
and that's the main thing. You need someone who's like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it for myself. I'm doing that. I mean, originally I did it for myself, but now I do it for everyone else more than anything. If I like, there's too many people who even think about myself nowadays. But yeah, that's what I would say. I mean, I think I just happened to have rolled sixes. When I created the group, I never thought there'd be 10 people, 16 people, 22 people. I thought it'd be me and my friend Ben and Tom. That'd be it.
Well, yeah, you've grown, and yeah, you're retaining players as well, which is the most important thing. I think a lot of shops around the country are struggling with that. It's the retention. Maybe there's a bit of disillusionment in the game at the moment, but yeah, I mean, you guys are doing well, and there's hope for all of us.
Yeah, I hope everyone else's stores like start getting numbers for it, because we're loving it, and I can't see why people wouldn't want to play it. I would say though that everyone who does play the game, try asking your friends who do play Magic who play Commander, because I think honestly there's a few similarities in the way the game's run. Like, I don't know if you've played it, but in Magic there's a set called Commander where you have like a leader, and he is your commander, and you can only run one ofs in the deck, but everything bases around the identity. So if they've got like a leader that's based around spells, for example, all of their cards in their Magic deck would be spells. But if you was to speak to people about it and say, "Oh, this game isn't that, but you do have a leader," you like Ginyu, for example. Ginyu Force is my favorite deck in Dragon Ball. I was a bit upset that when I did the Ultimate Box, where's the Ginyu Force love? Where was that? Yeah, so I just said, like, so you got the Ginyu leader, and all of your cards are all based around this Ginyu leader, and you can show them other examples of how this happens, and they can get attached to something. And that worked with a couple of people who very first started playing. They were playing Commander, and I told them, like, there's a leader, there's a commander. I gave them similarities in the game, so there's mana, there's energy. And if you could show people that the games aren't that different, then they might be more willing to play it. And just give it because I think if people give it an attempt, a stab, they'll enjoy it. But some people don't like trying new things.
Yeah, especially card game players.
Yeah, card game players, they love their one game. Like, it's very, the Magic players like their Magic, the Yu-Gi-Oh players like the Yu-Gi-Oh. But when a new game comes out, how's it get the new players? something I've wondered myself.
But yeah. Hope you continue to do well in Nottingham, and hopefully you'll be organising tournaments of 30 players. Sure, you'll love that.
Oh, I don't know. That's why we've got these people. We've got someone else organising the big events. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, so speaking of which, so in October, London Players Guild will be doing an event in at the Dice Cup. So
Yes.
yeah, I'm gonna get
Wow.
Peter into the call now. So he's from London's Players Guild, and yeah, he can talk more about it. I've got the details on screen at the moment. So this is the DBS Challenge number 4, the 3-star Dragon Ball tournament. First one was in London, and the second one was in Bristol. Yeah, third one in Nottingham. So a lot of you Northerners were complaining that Bristol and London were too far. So I guess Nottingham's in the middle. Nottingham should be alright for you guys to travel down. And yeah, so how many people are you expecting? Do you know, Liam?
I'll be honest. I think we'll pull the full 50. I think it will sell out.
Yeah, I think so as well.
I do. I mean, if the stars aligned in Nottingham would get 30 people, and if the people from Derby turn up, that could be, I don't know what their core is. I think their core is about 10 people. So we're like 3/4 of the way there if everyone gets out of bed on a Sunday.
Yeah, so yeah, it does start at 10 a.m. So pretty early start, I guess. If you're coming from outside Nottingham, maybe stay the night Saturday night. Is there anything to do in Nottingham Saturday night?
Oh, there's a if you enjoy drinking, Nottingham's quite. I think it's one of the enjoyable places in the UK if you do fancy a pint. But on Saturday, if everyone wants to, can always set up something at the Dice Cup. everyone can get some practice games in, and we'll all get prepared for Sunday.
Yeah, that sounds good. Maybe you should do a Facebook group for that.
You could do.
Make an
Yeah, I
event.
mean, make it. Oh, that was only on the fly. I could do.
You heard it
That
here
sounds.
first, guys.
We could try that. If anyone's stopping in Nottingham, hit me up and we can try and sort something out on the Wednesday. I mean, on the Wednesday, on the Saturday.
You got any price support for them?
Oh, sure. I mean, got the. If anyone's missing out on tournament kits, if enough people turn up, we can run one. Maybe even do like a £10 one. We can run a set 2 and a set 3 side by side.
Nice, nice.
What I've got, like, I don't mind. If there's interest for it on the Saturday, if anyone is thinking of getting a hotel or anything, come down early on the Saturday and we can sort something out. So, yeah, we'll do that.
That's great. That's great. I think Peter's having some technical issues, but yeah, the details are on screen right now. I guess I'll get Peter on at some other time. But yep, so 10 to 8. Or I don't know. Do you think it'll finish by 8?
Yeah, I mean, it's best of threes. If everyone, I think when people play best of threes, you need to remind the opponent, not in a horrible way, that not to take forever on your turns. I mean, a lot of people play decks that run very simply, so you know what your turn 1 play is, you know what your turn 2 play is, you probably even know what your turn 3 play
Hello,
is.
sorry about that.
Oh, there he is.
Oh,
Hi,
he's here.
Peter.
I'm here. Sorry.
Yeah, we've been talking for a couple of minutes.
Literally, as you texted me, I got a phone call and I knew I need to answer it. Sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, I mean we've been recording for a little bit. Just talked about the DVS event. Is there anything you want to add? I've gone through the time and the location.
Well, I definitely wanted to add that I want to thank you, the Dice Cup, for letting us organize the tournament there. We are going to have side events that are not mentioned in the event, so we'll be running a draft with the World Martial Arts Tournament pack.
Nice.
We'll be yes, we worked out last time with the Tournament of Power that those boxes make for brilliant drafts because they're thematic. They're all enclosed within itself, so it's actually quite easy to make a decent deck out of those 6 packs you get.
Oh, because they're all the same set, aren't they?
Hmm?
They're all the same set with the draft.
Well,
box
beside
1 and
this
2.
fact that they're from the same set, when we had people from Tournament of Power, it's really easy to see who's going for what, and a lot of people are not picking the cards for each other. So we had a Universe 2 deck, Universe 9 deck, Universe 11 deck, and Universe 7 deck. That was a really interesting gameplay, and I think the one in London we ran 3 or 4 drafts.
Yeah. Which
is like £20 per person, but we're giving the tournament packs as well. And it's at least 4. It's 4 people for the tournament. Really, it's a round robin for tournament packs. And we're going to have some quests, playing with unusual decks, or beating certain players, or winning in certain way. We are giving out packs for finishing the game with a 1-drop. A lot of people came with, oh, I won with a 1-drop boo. Situations like this. And so definitely some additional things that are just going to be given away. There is going to be a stream available. For people who don't follow us yet, it's twitch.tv/playersguild. We're trying to cover as many tournaments as we can around the country, and we have a few more interesting things that are going to happen in the near future, but I'm not going to say anything more about that right now.
Yeah, I'll stick the Twitch in the description for this video.
Thank you. If you can also stick in the Facebook, that would be appreciated, because that's our main output right now. And Liam also sent me the information that we don't know what's going to happen with the release dates, and I'm not going to make any comments on that, because first we need to see what is going to be the release date for Ultimate Box, Draft Box 3, and World Martial Arts tournaments. Ideally, we want to use the UK official meta, but if it's going to be released on the same weekend that we're running the tournament, we might look into adjusting it because we want it to be fair for everyone. And I can understand that not everyone can spend the money at the same rate. Some people can buy 2-3 boxes, some people can't.
Yeah, some people will get a few ultimate boxes.
Yeah, some people going to buy 4 ultimate boxes to have a foil playset of every card.
So okay, yeah, yeah, that's good information to have. You got any info on price support?
So for now, we're looking at our usual £300 worth of price support for the top 4 plus the playmats. We already have an artist working on the new playmat, and I think everyone is going to love it as always. It's going to be a single player playmat with a 3-star Dragon Ball. I'm not going to give any information about that. It should be finished within 2 or 3 weeks. So it's going to be on our Facebook to see it there.
Okay, that's great.
And we're looking to get some additional price support, but that all depends on our lovely publisher of the game. So I can't say anything again. Lots of things I can't say. I'm sorry about this. But we're trying our best to get some additional support. So beside what's advertised, we're trying to get some additional stuff. Quite likely, we're going to give the top 4 players a choice of what they want between the boxes of the newest sets we have, or ultimate boxes, or draft box 3, depending what's going to be available.
Nice, nice. So yeah, that's a really good prize support there. So guys, 14th of October, drop down to the Dice Cup in Nottingham, and yeah, London Players Guild DBS Challenge number 4.
Yep.
So yeah, hope to. Well, actually, no, I
Tickets
don't
are
think I'll
already
be there.
available for the pre-register if you want to. It's
Yes,
£15 if you pre-register online, £20 on the spot. We have, I think, 50 spots available. Liam, if you can confirm this for me.
Yeah, 50. If all 50 do sell out, there is a chance I may be able to get tables, open up more spaces, but that is more to be confirmed if we do hit the 50.
So for now, our limit is 50, and that's what we're looking at, and we'll see what's going to happen with that. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So anything else you want to
add? Nothing I can think of. There's going to be a stream, and that's all I can say about this.
Okay. Yeah. So Peter can't really tell us much, but yeah. Thanks for coming on. Thanks, Liam. Thanks, Peter. Liam, you got any shout outs before we go?
Oh, just everyone at the Dice Cup, really. The 2 people that run it with me, which is Joshua and some guy who hasn't been in a while, but Harry, come back. I miss you.
Oh, good old Harry. Harry's the one who gives me the tournament results every week. So, yeah, go back to Dice Cup, Harry.
Yeah, he's coming back down soon. He should be coming back for a job. So as soon as that starts in September, so it's fairly soon, and we'll have him back.
We're in September now.
I know, sometime in September. Come on, next week. Let's go.
All right. Thanks for coming on, guys, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, then please like and yeah, remember to get your comments in for Liam and for Peter as well. If you got any comments about the LPG tournament in October, and yeah, remember to sub for more content. And I'll see you guys next time.